Hello and welcome to the third session of the Sports and Physicality exercise videos. Hope you've enjoyed the first two so far. This one's going to be about working under fatigue, and there'll be some questions and reflections on that afterwards that would be really good to get your understanding and your opinions on. We're going to be using ball handling and skills to kind of test that out a little bit. So you're going to need a ball of any description just to do some of the exercises. I'm using a rugby ball in the video. It's just because I play rugby and I've got rugby balls hanging around, but anything will do, a football, a volleyball, just something that's quite light, not too heavy a ball, because we're going to be testing light touch and things like that. Obviously, working under fatigue is massive in elite sport, and it's essentially what they train for. You know, making the right decisions. You know, being able to recall a skill set when tired and when fatigued is massive in terms of making the right decisions on the pitch and in the games we play. So we're going to have a little think about how sustainable that might be for us. We got another video coming in 2 weeks, so we're going to do these every 2 weeks, but it'd be really good to get a variety of faces and disciplines doing this. We got somebody different in 2 weeks that's going to be running the exercise session for us. And if you'd be interested in putting a little session together with some reflections or with some questions to get us exploring how sports and physicality impact our faith and our spirituality, then it'd be really, really good to hear from you. And you can just email myself or John Boyd on one of the other videos that's on the YouTube playlist, and just give us your details, and it'd be great to see what you've got. So enjoy the exercise, and hopefully hear from you soon. Hello and good morning to you all. Today we're going to be doing a little ball handling and skills under fatigue. So we'll start with a warm up and just skipping on the spot. So nice and easy. Done it before if you've done any of the videos before. Just light on the toes, little bend in the knees. This is just a warm up. So it is just about getting the blood flowing, getting a bit of energy into the muscles, getting a bit of heat into the muscles. So yeah, take it nice and simple to begin with. Nice and slow, nice and easy. From here now we're going to be going into relaxed jumping jacks. So just nice and simple, don't worry about the arm movements above the head right now. Just follow the feet with the hands. Just nice and simple again, bend the knees, on the toes, nice and light. So we're going to be doing a 5-minute warm-up, and then it'll be an 18-minute exercise session. Where we're going to be looking at working in the fatigue and how we keep our skills set up during that fatigue. There's one of my little helpers there. So go into high knees, alternate legs now. So just on the toes. You can copy the helper if you want. But yeah, just on the toes, nice and easy. Just get those knees up above the hips. Okay, that's the most important thing. Find the rhythm that suits you and get those knees up above the hips. And yes, there's my other helper. And as you can see, we're doing this quite early in the morning to beat the rain. So he's still in his pyjamas. If you choose to do it in your pyjamas, that's absolutely fine too. So from here, mountain climbers now. So reach high, opposite arm to leg, and really pull down to that hip as well when you're coming back down. You're still getting those knees up above the hips. And just nice and light on the toes. Nice and easy, find your rhythm, find that breath. Okay, we're going to be going back into skipping, but this time with trunk twists. So skipping motion, 3 skips in the center, then twist right, twist left, 3 skips, twist right, twist left. So again, nice and easy. Keep those arms moving as well, warm those shoulders up. Just nice and easy, nice and light on the toes. Little bend in the knees, nice and simple. And here now we're going to go into jumping jacks, but a full jumping jack. So go there, so up above the head. Again, the arms follow the feet, nice and easy, nice and relaxed. Excuse the beeps from my computer while I'm recording this. Okay, from these jumping jacks now, we're going to go into scissors, nice and light, nice and relaxed, okay? So opposite arm to opposite leg, forwards and backwards. Don't bring the hands up above the shoulders at the moment, just nice and relaxed, just get everything warmed up, get those hip flexors working. Just nice and simple, nice easy movements. On the toes, bends in the knees. And from here now we're going to go into split agility, so it's a jumping jack out, and then lunge right, jumping jack, lunge left. Okay, so don't worry about going full into the lunge. Okay, again, this is just a warm up, this is just about getting that blood flowing. What's most important is you just stay on your toes, nice and relaxed, and you get those hips moving. Okay, keep your arms nice and relaxed as well, follow the legs, but just nice and light, nice and easy. And from here now we're going into jumping jack uppercut, so it's jumping jack feet and uppercut with every outward movement. So this is really a rotation of those hips, so concentrate on trying to get that twist in. It's not easy to do with the jumping jack stance, admittedly, but really try and get that body movement going and get that blood flow into that trunk. And we'll be going into the last exercise of the warm-up now, and that's going to be the full scissors. So arms up above the shoulders, coming back to the hip each time. Try and get that stance a little bit wider, a little bit longer if you can. But just find that rhythm, nice and easy, nice and light on the toes, bending the knees. Nice and simple. Okay, so we're going to pick up our ball for the first time. And we're just going to do basic ball knocks. I'm using a rugby ball, you can use whatever ball you want. Basic knocks, okay, so really light on the fingers, and you're just going up and down from the chest. Okay, so just little steps with it, just keep your body moving as well. Okay, but this is just about developing that light touch. It's just about trying to keep everything nice and simple. You shouldn't really hear any noise as you're bouncing the ball back and forth. Okay, it's a really light touch, just keeping the ball under control. And from here we're going to do the same, but we're going to do knee lifts as we're doing it. So lift your knees up and get them in line with the hips if you can. Just take the coordination out a little bit as we put the knees in with it as well, but just concentrate on that ball. Okay, good job. And from here now we're going to go down into press up pike, so we're going to go down into press up position, press up, back up, and we're going to walk our hands backwards up into pike position and back out. Press up, back into pike position, back out. When we do that press up, we're making sure our back, our bum and our legs are nice and straight, unless you're doing it on your knees, which is absolutely fine as well. When you're coming back up into that pike position, make that nice V. Try and get the head between the arms and make that nice V. Okay, from here we're going to go to around the body right, so pick your ball up and we're just basically just around the body, nice and simple, just find your rhythm with it, nice and easy, around the body, controlling the ball all the time. Or of course you can throw the ball up and down like my little helper chooses to do. Okay, good. We're going to go back into press up pikes. So everything's going to be 30 seconds today with the exception of one set of exercises. So we're going to be doing all of these for 30 seconds. So teaching points exactly the same. Press ups nice and strong, nice and solid. Hold yourself in your core. And back up into that V with the head between the arms. We're going to come up out of this and do around the body but the other way this time, if you can remember which way you did it last time. So I always get confused, and excuse the drop ball. I know I'd drop it a couple of times, so apologies. I'm going to say that it's early morning and it's dewy. That's going to be my excuse. I'm sure no one will believe it, but I'll stick to that one. So around the body. And keep control of the ball all the time. From here now we're going to go down into burpees. So 30 seconds of burpees. So feet go out, stay on the toes, and just a little jump. Okay, so as soon as those toes touch the floor back, we're bringing them back up. Don't worry about tuck jumping with the jump unless you want to. Just nice controlled motion, nice and simple. Okay, and here we're going to go into squat position, and it's a figure of 8 around to the right. Okay, so controlling the ball through the legs, front and back. Keep your bum down, keep your back nice and straight and nice and flat, and keep your knees bent as well. And just try and find a rhythm that works for you with that, controlling that ball all the time. Okay, from here we're going to go back down into burpees, so another 30 seconds of burpees. Okay, good, about 10 seconds left. Again, as soon as those toes touch the floor, bring your feet back in. And we're going to go into figure of 8 left this time, so other direction. If you can remember which direction that is again. So what we'll do is we'll do all these exercises with cardio exercises in between them. And then I'll have a run through of just through the exercises, just to really emphasise that ball control and to try and get a little bit of that skill and control working under fatigue. And we'll have a little think about that in the reflection afterwards as well. Okay, so from here, hold the ball up above your head. You're going to jog, and every third step of your right foot, every other step of your right foot, you're going to bring that knee high. Okay, so keep the ball up above your head. Little steps on the toes, and get that knee up above the hip. Really try and lift that knee as high as you can in this. Okay. Okay, now this is quite a difficult exercise to do coordination wise. So you're going around the legs, stepping back, and you're going through the gap that you make, and you're alternating each leg. Okay, so it's just basically you're making a gap to go through, and if you haven't got the gap, then you're going around your legs. Okay, so just find the rhythm that works for you. If you have a little helper that's kicking a football at you, then do what you need to do. Okay, again, high ball, high knee, left this time. Okay, so every other step with your left foot, you're really raising that left knee as high as you can. Okay, you should definitely be going above the hip. Okay, and keep that ball up nice and high. Try and control that breathing. Okay, and with the ball this time, we're going to do the same exercise but going the other direction. So around the legs, through the gap, around the legs, through the other gap. It does take a little bit of coordination to get this, and a little bit of concentration to begin with. But once you find that rhythm, it's nice and simple, and it's just about keeping that motion going. Again, we're keeping our knees bent, we're keeping our back as flat as we can, and we're keeping our bum down. Okay, so from here, ball pinch squat. Okay, so you're going to put the ball between your knees, and I want you to really squeeze that ball with your knees while you're squatting down. Okay, you're not going beyond 90 degrees with this squat. Okay, but you're concentrating on trying to pinch that ball. Okay, really try and squeeze the air out of it as much as you can. Okay. Keep your bum out, keep your back straight. Okay, and we're going to go into right leg lunge, and we're going to do little pops with our right arm going in front and through our legs. Okay, so you're in a lunge stance, so that's your left knee should be bent, down towards the floor, you're making that gap, and it's just little pops back and forth through the legs. Okay, again, those touches should be nice and light, the same as we did with the ball knocks. You shouldn't be able to hear yourself catching the ball. It shouldn't be a loud noise anyway. Okay, and we're going to go jumping jacks, pumping the ball out and pumping the ball up each time. So the same as the teaching points in the warm-up, just nice and relaxed, try and stay on your toes, keep your knees bent a little bit, and just nice and easy motion. Find your rhythm, find what works for you, and keep that up. Okay, and we're going to go for left leg lunge with the front and back pops. Okay, so exactly the same as what we just did, but with that other leg in front. Again, control that ball. Nice light touch. You can hear any banging or slapping when you're catching the ball. Just nice and light, nice and easy. Okay, we're going to come up and do ball pinch squat again. So again, between the knees, pinch that ball, really try and get the air out of it, and squat in until your knees are about 90 degrees. Keep your bum out, keep your back flat. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed. Find your rhythm, but really try and pinch that ball. Really work those adductors on the insides of your thighs as you're squatting. Or of course you can throw the ball up and down. Okay, so we're going to go into squat position. So you're going to hold yourself in squat position, one arm in front, one arm behind, and we're just going to swap with little pops each time, okay? So keep your bum down, keep your back as flat as you can, keep your knees bent, and just nice and light, nice and simple, little pops, swapping those arms back and forth. Okay, good. We're going to go jumping jacks, ball out and up again. So every outward bounce with the jumping jack, you're going to go up or out. Nice and controlled, nice bend in the knees, control your breathing, on your toes, nice and relaxed. Okay, now the next one's quite a difficult one. So we're going to go into squats again, but we're going to have both hands in front and then both hands behind with a little pop, just catching each time. So just those little pops, nice and simple, front and back. Again, knees bent, bum down, back flat, back straight. Try and ignore any distractions that come your way maybe. Or just control that ball. Okay, now this is the only one that's not going to be 30 seconds. Hold the ball up above your head and you're just jogging. It's going to be 20 seconds each time. Okay. So from here, we're going to go into what's called crossovers. So you're just basically going to lift the knee over the other foot. Okay, each time, holding that ball up nice and high. Get that knee above the hip on the first crossover, ignore those beeps. Okay, good. All the way over the opposite foot, and from here we're going to sprint for 20 seconds. Okay, so ball down into the chest and sprint. Really hit it out for that 20 seconds as fast as you can. On your toes, don't let your heels touch the floor. Nice fast knees. Get those legs pumping. You've got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and around the body right. Okay, so we're going to do all of those exercises straight through now without the cardio. So around the body right. Hopefully you've had a bit of a practice now, so we can speed it up a little bit. So really try and push yourself with this now. Try and keep control of that ball. Try and get it moving a bit faster. And really try and find that rhythm. From here now we're going to go the opposite way. It's always much easier to do it when you're following one from another. So just make sure you're going the other way around the body this time. Nice and controlled, nice and easy. this exercise, we're going to go down and we're going to be going into the figure of 8. Okay. So there we are, down, control the ball, so the ball's going through the legs and just making that figure of 8 round to the right side first of all. Okay, bending the knees still, thumb down, back nice and flat, and just keep control of that ball all the way. Okay, we're just going to swap to the other side, so we're going figure of 8 left, so just other direction. Again, try and speed up if you can. Find that rhythm to begin with, take a few seconds to find that rhythm at the start, and then try and get it a little bit quicker. Okay, push yourself to control that ball. Okay, good, go speed up. And here, we're going around the legs and stepping in and out, okay? So, through the gap, round the legs, through the gap, round the legs, through the gap, round the legs, through the gap. When you find your rhythm with this, you can actually make it quite fast. It is just about finding that rhythm to begin with, though, and really concentrating on making sure the movements are the right time and you're making the right space for the ball to be able to travel through. And here we're going to go just the other side, so go the other direction. Again, knees bent, thumb down, back nice and flat, nice and relaxed, concentrating on the movements, concentrating on controlling that ball. Okay, from here we're going to go into right leg lunge and just those front and back pops. Okay, so into lunge stance, the heel should be up on that back left foot. And we're just going to do those little controlled pops. Again, there shouldn't be any noise. Make sure your bum's down, make sure your back's nice and flat, nice and straight. And just those little pops moving the ball forwards and backwards. And swap to the other side, so it's going to be left leg lunge, front and back pops. Same again, so this time the right heel should be off the floor, right knee bent, bum down, back flat, and just try and get the speed up on those little pops now. Controlling that ball all the time. The chances are you will drop it a few more times now because we're getting a bit tired, coming to the end of it. And you can hear squats with side swaps. Okay, so just pop in. Nice and easy, nice and simple little pops, just alternating your hands around your legs. Keep the knees bent, keep the bum down, keep your back nice and flat. And concentrate on controlling that ball all the time. Okay, and we're going to go fronts and back squats now. So you pop it front, pop it back. Again, try and get that speed up, find your rhythm, try and get that speed up. Like I say, you will drop the ball a couple of times, and that's fine. That's what we're thinking about today, we're thinking about working under fatigue. Okay, and we're going to go into high ball jog. So these ones for the 20 seconds, these are the last sets. So keep that ball up above the head, jog it out on the toes, nice and relaxed. And we're going to go to crossovers. So bring the foot over, bring the right foot over the left foot over the right, and make sure you lift that knee on that second come over. Ignore those beeps. Okay, and get ready, we're going to go into sprint and we're going to sprint it out for the final 20 seconds. So sprint now. Fall down, into the chest, get on those toes, get those knees pumping. Good. Keep it going. Just over 5 seconds. And time. Good. Well done.